When you watch Ja Morant, it feels like you're seeing something out of a video game.
Situations, Ja in the late game situation.
A guard barely over 6 feet tall, flying through the air and throwing down dunks that defy physics, weaving past defenders with lightning speed, and finishing around the rim with circus-like layups and floaters. He's electric, he's fearless, and he's one of the most entertaining players in the NBA today.
At the Grizzlies' den, it is Ja Morant on the full extension.
But what makes Ja Morant's game so special isn't just raw talent. It's the way he trains, the mindset he plays with, and the skills he's mastered to stand out in a league full of giants. In this video, we're going to break down exactly how to play like Ja Morant. We'll cover his athletic blueprint, his signature moves, his skill development habits, and even his off-court approach to training and recovery. And if you stick with me until the end, I'll give you a complete Ja Morant-inspired workout, both on and off the court, that you can start doing today to take your game to the next level. Before we move forward, let's start with what separates him mentally. Ja Morant didn't enter the league as a hyped 5-star recruit. He wasn't the chosen one, the #1 ranked player in the country, or even someone scouts were checking for in high school. In fact, he was almost overlooked completely until Murray State stumbled upon him. That underdog story is the root of his mentality. Instead of breaking under the pressure of being ignored, he embraced the challenge, used the doubt as motivation, and worked relentlessly on his craft. That's the foundation of his game, the belief that no matter the odds, he could rise above them. And if you want to play like Ja, that's the very first lesson. But now, let's dig into the other layers that make him special. The first thing that jumps off the screen when you watch Morant is his athleticism. He doesn't just move quickly, he moves differently. His first step is violent. His second jump is almost faster than his first. And the way he changes direction, accelerates, and decelerates is what makes him nearly impossible to contain. For an undersized guard, this is everything. You're not going to be able to bully your way into the paint like LeBron James, or body players like Giannis. You have to rely on agility and explosiveness. Ja spends a huge amount of time on agility circuits. These aren't just simple ladder drills or cone shuffles. They're multi-directional sprints, curved runs, lateral slides, and game-like movements that force his body to adjust instantly. To mimic his athletic blueprint, you need to train in short, explosive bursts, not just long-distance runs. Basketball isn't about how fast you can sprint in a straight line for 100 meters. It's about how quickly you can change speeds, stop, and explode again in a new direction. That's why you'll see Morant incorporating plyometric movements like bounds, skips, and explosive single-leg hops. His body is trained to react fast, and that training translates directly to game situations. Another signature of his athletic profile is his vertical leap. Ja isn't the tallest player on the floor, but he plays above the rim because he's trained his body to explode upward with maximum force.
Three, but it's maybe too little too late. Korea, speed dribble. Oh, yes, and the foul. He somehow spun it in.
His tire jump workouts are legendary, sometimes up to 200, 400, even 800 reps in a session. The point isn't just to jump, it's to condition his legs to keep producing power over and over. That's why when you watch him in the fourth quarter, he's still able to rise above defenders for a dunk, while most players are slowing down. To play like him, you have to embrace vertical jump training, box jumps, depth jumps, approach jumps, and single leg takeoffs. Pair these with strength training like squats, lunges, and glute bridges to develop the power needed to actually transfer into vertical lift. And here's something people miss. Ja's athleticism isn't about raw strength. He's not trying to put on bodybuilder size. Too much bulk would slow him down and reduce his explosiveness. Instead, he trains for functional strength. Think kettlebell squats for stability, multi-grip bench presses for balanced upper body strength, and unilateral movements like split squats that build coordination along with muscle. His workouts emphasize the muscles that matter for basketball: glutes, hamstrings, quads, core, and shoulders. This is why when he explodes off the ground, it looks effortless. His strength is built to work with his speed, not against it. But athleticism alone doesn't make Ja Morant who he is. What makes him unguardable is how he layers skill on top of that athletic base.
Wow, what handles by the kid. Down the lane, way with 2 hands.
Williams and Ja.
Take his handles, for example. Morant isn't Kyrie Irving with endless combos, but his dribble package is purposeful and sharp. Every move he makes has a purpose: to get the defender leaning, to create just enough space to attack, or to set up a change of direction. He practices with cones and pylons, not just working on ball control, but combining it with footwork. He's constantly drilling crossovers into spin moves, hesitations into drives, and behind-the-back dribbles into floaters. This is something any guard can steal. Don't dribble just to look fancy. Dribble with intent. Use your handle to manipulate defenders, then explode past them. Finishing is another part of his skill set that makes him elite. Everyone knows about his highlight dunks, but the truth is, most of his points come from crafty layups and floaters. The floater, in particular, is Ja's safety net against shot blockers. He doesn't have to challenge a 7-footer at the rim every time. He can stop just short and loft the ball over their outstretched arms. Learning to master this shot is non-negotiable if you're under 6 feet tall. To do it properly, you need to change speeds, square your shoulders, and release with a soft touch. Too many young players rush their floaters, flicking the ball instead of guiding it smoothly. Morant practices his floater until it's second nature, and that's why it works under pressure. But he doesn't stop there. He practices reverse layups, scoop finishes, offhand layups, and everything in between. He's comfortable finishing from any angle, with either hand at any speed. If you want to play like him, spend time under the rim experimenting with every possible finish you can think of. The more options you have, the harder you are to defend. Playmaking is another huge part of Ja's game. It's easy to get distracted by the highlights, but he's also an elite passer. What makes him so dangerous is that he doesn't just see the obvious pass. He anticipates plays before they happen. He can drive into the lane and instead of forcing a contested shot, whip a pass to the corner for an open 3. Or he'll lob it up perfectly for a big man trailing behind him. This vision comes from training your eyes to stay up, even while dribbling in traffic. To build this skill, practice game speed drills where you're required to make passes on the move. Have a partner or coach move around the floor randomly and force yourself to read the defense before deciding where to pass. Film your sessions to check if you're scanning the floor or if you're locking onto one option. All of this, the athleticism, the skill, the playmaking, wouldn't matter if Morant didn't take his off-court preparation seriously. Too many players neglect recovery, but for pros, it's just as important as training. Morant is intentional about his recovery routines, using breathing techniques, meditation, and even therapy to manage the stress of the game. For younger players, this doesn't have to mean expensive treatments. It can be as simple as prioritizing sleep, staying hydrated, and stretching daily. Rest is part of training. If you're not giving your muscles time to rebuild, you'll burn out and your performance will plateau. Morant understands this, which is why he balances intense sessions with active recovery, like yoga, breathing work, and mobility drills. This ensures his body isn't just strong, but durable. His lifestyle choices also play a role. Ja has made mistakes off the court, but he's shifted his focus to building a bubble around himself, surrounding himself with people who push him forward instead of pulling him back. That's a lesson every aspiring player needs to hear. Distractions can kill careers. To really maximize your potential, you need to create an environment where success is the only option. That means avoiding unnecessary drama, being mindful of who you spend your time with, and protecting your focus. Even small things like music contribute to Morant's approach. He often listens to artists like Lil Baby and NBA YoungBoy during workouts, music that amps him up and helps him lock in. While that might not be your taste, the point is to find whatever puts you in the right mindset to perform. Training isn't just physical, it's mental, and music can be one of the tools that triggers your best effort. Now here's the Ja Morant-inspired workout you can use. Go ahead and screenshot this and adjust it to your liking. Consistency is the key. Ja Morant built his game rep by rep, brick by brick. Playing like him isn't just about jumping higher or dribbling faster. It's about combining mindset, athleticism, skill, and discipline. Put it all together, and you'll not only play more like Ja, but also become the best version of yourself as a hooper.
Morant taking flight and hitting and drawing the foul. Morant drives, hangs, and breaks it in. Oh my!
This is the entertainment and excitement that we are privy to.
If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss future breakdowns and workouts. And now I want to hear from you. What part of Ja Morant's game do you want to learn the most? Drop your answer in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.